Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and we're going to look at another game in the Sega Vic Dual library, run on the Vic Dual hardware, and this is Tranquilizer Gun by Sega in 1980. And this is another game that had sound samples for it just recently, and it didn't used to in previous incarnations of MAME. And I got the newest one, and I'm happy to say that I've got sound samples for it now. I did an old video of this that I only was able to get a little tiny bit of sound sample for it. That was a weird sound sample at the very beginning of the boot up there. But this was one I wanted to re-upload for a long time. And I remember playing this back in the day. It wasn't a very widespread game by any means. I only found this once at a nickel arcade back in the early to mid 80s. It's definitely an obscure title, but it has seen revival on some of the Sega Classic or Sega Memorial or Sega Ages or whatever compilation games of older Sega games. And this runs on the Vic Dual hardware. It's a color game and it's a maze game. The title makes it sound like maybe you have a gun as a controller. You do not. You have an 8-way joystick and a fire button. But you go around this maze as a safari hunter, and you try to bag these wild animals. And there are 4 of them. There's an elephant, there's a lion, there's an ape, and a snake. And they all move about the maze. And what you need to do is go and shoot them enough with your tranquilizer gun to stun them. And while they're prone, you can drag them back to your truck for points. And your truck says 0000 right there. That's just showing how many of which animals you've bagged. And there's a tiny icon of an elephant, a lion, an ape, and a snake on there. And the number changes once you've bagged each type of animal. And the game's text is upside down now because this was also created for the cocktail version of Tranquilizer Gun. And so the screen flips over so the other player can see the action when it's their turn. But you can also shoot while you're on the truck. When you're driving it around, you can drive it around to any of the maze openings. And just because you're in a truck doesn't mean you're safe from the animals. They can still touch you. So while you're approaching them with the truck, you need to shoot them. But we'll go ahead and get started. But yeah, you can go out of the maze to your truck and drive it at any time to a different opening. Now, anytime you see a color flash on the hedge part of the maze, that means an animal is about to come out of that area. And if it happens near you, get the hell away as quickly as you can. Oftentimes, it's just going to be too late. Now, you can shoot another animal still while you're dragging a prone one already. But you can only bring that one that you've dragged already. And you have to come back for the other one. And there is a timer on the prone animal. And if that timer runs out, the animal's going to come after you. And you are one-hit kill. Anytime an animal touches you, you are automatically dead. Note that you cannot drag a prone animal out of the maze. And once in a while, an animal can go to your truck and free all the other animals that you've captured. And I think that docks your score a good deal too. But yeah, look out for any flash of color on the maze walls. That means an animal is going to come out of that hedge And if you're anywhere close to it, you can get touched and killed easily. Now, if you leave a prone animal in the maze, don't pick it up, and let the timer on it run down to 0, then that animal is going to come after you. It's going to be faster. So watch out. Now, if an animal touches the animal that's prone that you're dragging, don't worry. That won't kill you. They have to touch you. He appeared on the opposite side of the maze, or the hedge there. That was weird. But he's prone and I can drag him back. He looks like the ape. When you shoot him enough to make him prone, he kind of looks like a burrito to me. The animals kind of look weird when they're prone, I think. But yeah, I'm delighted to have the sound samples for this game. I've wanted to redo this for a long time because the audio quality on my old video of this game was crappy. But yeah, Vic Dual games are getting their sound samples. It's great. Now I want to do Digger and maybe Heyonkyo Alien or Heyanko or however it's pronounced, and Samurai. I don't think either of those. Maybe Heyanko Alien has sound samples, but I'm pretty sure Samurai does not. That is basically the gist of the game. Just go shoot down the animals, drag their prone bodies back to the truck, and go back and get more. Yikes. But yeah, the animals can go through their truck, go through your truck, and touch you and kill you. You can't run over the animals, which is odd. Unless, the elephant would definitely probably win the battle of your truck and the elephant. But you get an extra life at 10,000, I believe. You will, if you do not miss one animal with your shots, I think you earn a 10% bonus. But yeah, the tougher it is to bring an enemy or an animal down, the more points they are going to be worth, and that elephant is far and away worth the most amount of points. And the elephant is surprisingly nimble for such a huge creature in this game. Yeah, I guess if you can last long enough, you can take down all the animals that will appear in the maze and move on to the next round. See, it says round 1 in the bottom left. But good luck on that frickin' happening. There's just way too damn many animals. And they appear so sneakily out of the hedges that they can easily surprise you. Yeah, you're probably not going to make it to round 2. Beating Act 1 in Bagman is probably easier than completing a level in this frickin' game, or a round. But, yeah, the animals can also reach your truck and release the captive animals. That doesn't happen too often, but it can happen. There can be an animal going outside the maze and touch the back of your truck and release the animals. And I don't think they can do that if the truck is in the way of the area they're trying to emerge from. I'll show you what that looks like later on. But you do get docked score, I think, if they do that. Yeah, the animals can break out from their slumber if you let them. If you drop them with your tranquilizer shots and then ignore them, they'll break out of their slumber and come after you when the time runs out. Or if you're dragging them and the time runs out before you can get back to your truck, they'll kill you. and there is a main timer on your truck if you let it run out. And if that runs out, I think all the animals come after you. Or no, I think, yeah, that might have been what happened. We'll look at the consequences of some of those things later on after I complete this game. But, yeah, it's kind of stupid that there's so damn many animals. You just cannot complete a single friggin' round that way. Yeah, don't forget you can't drag the enemies outside of the maze. You have to take them to a waiting truck. Yeah, I'm running out of the time on my truck, I guess, to complete the level, which I'm not going to be able to do, or the round. So just collect as many friggin' animals as you can. And if you pass 9 of a single animal that you've collected, the counter will just revert to 0. Just go about trying to collect as many animals as you can. And again, if you, I guess if you shot enough, or you shot an animal without missing once, then you might get a 10% bonus. And there, my truck timer ran out for not completing the round in time, which is pretty much impossible. Maybe somebody out there has a method to do it that I don't know of that makes it much easier, but I can't frickin' do that. Just get as many points as you can. And yeah, at 10,000 you get an extra life. Yeah, this was on like Sega Memorial or Sega Ages, one of those compilations for the home consoles or the computer. Tranquilizer Gun. And I think they had like a more updated look to it too. Man, there's an extra life. Yeah, that ape, when you bring him down, he looks like a burrito to me or something. I do like burritos, maybe that's why. Well, almost one more week till the Super Bowl. What are you folks planning to do? What kind of food are you making? I'm going to have my dad over and my brothers over, and I'm going to make a whole bunch of Philly cheesesteaks. And they're bringing like fries and some other stuff. Woo! Yeah, the animals, if they touch the animal you're dragging, that's not gonna hurt you. They have to touch you. But yeah, those numbers on the truck, each one just relates to a specific animal that you've bagged X amount of times. So on the truck right now, I've bagged 4 elephants, 9 lions, 6 apes, and now 7 snakes. If I'm reading that correctly. Yep. And now 8 snakes. Yeah, those snakes are super common. They pop up in the maze all the time. And the harder to bag aliens appear less frequently. I can't imagine I have a whole lot more animals left to bag before I... Whoop, crap. A little too overzealous in my pursuit. Can't imagine I had a whole lot more enemies left to bag before I move on to the next level. But good luck on trying to reach the second round. Just bag as many animals as you can and bring them back to your truck. It might behoove you to move the truck here and there. Cool. Get my elephant and get lots of points. If you leave the truck in one position too long, that will prompt the animals to come up and try to free all the rest of the animals in your truck. And I'll show you what that looks like later on. But again, you can bag or you can take down 2 animals at once, but you can only drag them one at a time. Now look for that damn flicker in the walls to know that you don't want to stand near that for very long. There appears to be a little bit... Oh, crap! Yeah, they get much faster as the game progresses. There appears to be a little glitch right there before the game ends. There appears to be a little Japanese text, perhaps, on the left side of your truck. It says like Emori or something. E-M-O-R-I. I think. It's kind of hard to read. But that is Tranquilizer Gun by Sega in 1980. And it's for the Vic Dual cabinet. That is what it looks like if you run out of time while you're dragging the animal. We're going to look at various punishments that the player will take for various things. And that the number on the truck is running out because I drove it too often. Yeah, the counter will run faster if you're driving. Now the animals are going to make a beeline for me. And I think I was frozen. I think you can't move when this happens. So you're screwed. And now I think we're going to look at... Yep, an ape freed all the animals. Yeah, see your score gets docked. Just a little bit. Like 10 points for each animal captured is all. But your counter runs back down to 0. Now here I let a snake come back. His timer ran out for me to drag him away. And he's coming after me. Whoop. Ah, crap. I'm dead. But that is Tranquilizer Gun by Sega in 1980 on the Vic Dual hardware. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80s, and thanks for watching Tranquilizer Gun by Sega in 1980 on the Vic Dual hardware. Got samples for it finally. Well, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the Super Bowl next weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.